second segment this week. We're going to head to Gulfstream Park. We're going to talk about the Pick 5 sequence that includes the Sunshine Classic that we just went through. Now, remember, the Pick 5 is just like a parlay for all of you out there. I know everyone's thinking about NFL playoffs right now with them coming up this weekend. You're probably going to have your 16 parlays trying to parlay all of the super wild card weekend games. So you're going to have the winner of each of these races, but we can pick multiple horses in each race. We just have to spend a little bit more money when we do. So we don't want to end up using 5 or 6 horses in each race, because then we're going to spend hundreds or thousands of dollars and we're most likely not going to win that back. So let's jump on in, Alexa, to race number 7, where we start with, I think we have to start with the 9, and you can talk a little bit about this one because he's the horse to beat in here.
He's the horse to beat in here. And we went skinny in this leg, to try to get some value. We only have 2 horses in here. So the 9, like you said, Camp Hale, 5-2, 2.5-1 morning line odds, has gotten second in both starts from being on the pace as well as closing. Timeform US does give him the best early speed and predicts him to be on the lead. He has 2 bullet workouts coming into the race. And even though he hasn't won, he's defeated some horses who've come back to run really big numbers.
Yeah, he beat a horse named Patch Adams, who came back to win by 10 in their next start. He was right behind a horse named Guns Loaded, who came back to win the Mucho Macho Man Stakes last week. We'll throw the 6 in Can't Stop Munnings. Look who he just lost to, Patch Adams. So we were just talking about him. Can't Stop Munnings also lost to another really nice horse in the debut named Built. So Can't Stop Munnings could maybe get us a little bit of value in here, but no doubt the one they'll all have to beat is Camp Hale. So we'll use the 6 and the 9, trying to make it through race number 7. If we have one of the winners there, then we'll be alive heading into race number 8. This one is a difficult one, Alexa. It's a group of $10,000 claimers, so some lower level horses, and they're going to be going on the all-weather synthetic surface, which we have dirt, turf, and synthetic surfaces. Some horses are unique and they like this surface a little bit better, but it's a tricky race. I thought there's a lot of ways we can go in here. You're going to start out talking about the 1 and the 12, a couple that we have.
Yeah, we spread in here. We're using 4 horses. The 1, Amunet, at 10-1 odds. I wanted to include this long shot because she has a pattern of winning after a long layoff. She's had 3 career wins, and each one has been coming off the layoff. And she's coming off a 2.5-month layoff here. She is a closer, so don't expect to see her until kind of late on the scene. We'll also use the number 12, Smart Spending, at 4-1 odds. 4-1 odds for the Barboza barn, who's quite hot right now with a 24% win rate. And she's hit the board in every race but 2 in 2024 and had consistently improving speed figures. She's also a closer who likes to sit off the pace and come at the end.
Couple others that we'll have on the ticket. The number 8, Grandma's Pudding. She should be close up throughout. All 3 of the wins have been on synthetic. I'll take some chocolate, please. And then the 9, Bismaline. If you can eliminate that last race, all of the form before that is really, really good. This horse just got cut off last time out, was actually favored in a similar type race. So I think you can be a little bit forgiving and make an excuse for that effort. We're going to end up going 4 deep. So we'll use the 1, the 8, the 9, and the 12. We need one of those horses to win. Just one of them. The other horses, doesn't really matter where they finish at all. As long as one of our horses wins, we move along to the next one, which is race number 9. So we go on the turf here, Alexa, in race number 9. We're going to just use 2 horses in this one as well. The horse to beat you can start with, that's definitely the number 6, right? Dream On.
Yeah, number 6, Dream On, morning line
Dream
favorite.
On! Dream On! Sorry, I was waiting for that one.
Keep it going. Now, this is a very talented colt who's been running against tougher Grade 1 competition. Last start was in the Grade 1 Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf, where he led the majority of the race before getting passed for 5th place, but only by 2.25 lengths. He's the favorite, like I said, and I really just see him having more ability than the rest in here. Should be able to get that leading position he wants with just a little bit of pace pressure, probably from the 2, who I think will fade.
Yeah, I'm big on film. If you think about it in this kind of perspective, if you're watching a football game, after the game, you go back and rewatch the game, you'll probably find things that aren't in the stats, or maybe things that were missed, or things where you could feel like, if that would have gone a little bit differently, the result of that game might have changed. That's the kind of stuff I'm looking for when I'm watching replays on horses. And the number 3, City of Oscars, just had no chance in his last race. Alexa got completely stopped. And I think it's one of those races where you just eliminate it. You don't take a whole lot out of it because we can't really gauge what happened when a horse doesn't get a chance to run. If you're playing him off of his races before that, they were very good. And you and I both like this horse as a little bit of a price. So we're going to include the 3 City of Oscars along with that very likely heavy favorite, Dream On, as we move to the Sunshine Classic. I'm not in quite as good a form right now. I got to get some of my musical talents like warmed back up. Let's get to the Sunshine Classic. Remind everybody, we went through this race with the horse by horse preview, but we are going to use 4 horses in here to try to make it through.
Yeah, this is a tough race, like we said in the first segment. So we're using 4, the number 2, Cozieres at 8-1 odds, back to Gulfstream and at a comfortable level of competition after competing against much tougher, who's won 4 out of 9 starts at Gulfstream and just has a habit of hitting the board. The number 4, Secret Chat at 3-1, probably the one to beat, coming off of a win, who has won 2 out of 3 tries against this Florida bred competition. The 5, Awesome Train at 10-1 odds. This is my top pick, coming off of 2 straight wins with very strong speed figures, looks to be in peak form. And then the 9, Lightning Tones at 12-1 odds, another price, and a closer in the race with a lot of pace in here, so has some pace advantage, who has a stakes win at Gulfstream already under his belt.
So hopefully we've picked the winners of the 4 races leading us into race number 11. If that's the case, we'll get to a mile and a 16th race. It's a $20,000 claiming level. And we're going to have 3 possible horses here to close out our ticket. Alexa, why don't you start us out with the speed horse to the outside?
Yeah, if you guys look at the Time from US graphic on the screen, you'll see that has like an icicle in the top right that says slow pace, which favors front runners. So we like the 11 Rough Draft, who should be favored as the lone speed, has had a fair amount of changing hands over the last few months, but now is back with Fernando Abreu, trained him consistently for all of 2024. Consistent and improving horse.
The 3, Nantasket Beach, probably the horse to beat, coming off a really consistent stretch of 6 races. And then what we'll do, we have the speed to the outside. We'll give ourselves the shot with the 2, Media Sensation, who's a closer. Let's see that ticket, Producer Rich, Producer Mike. What does it look like? I think we put together a $96 ticket. No singles on the sequence. Remember, we just need the winner of one of those horses in each race. If we do, we'll be alive, and hopefully we can cash that ticket, and we'll head right on out to Tampa Bay Downs for our final segment when we return.